$1 million in one day as a creator? Yes. Ask Amanda Rach Lee, Carolyn Gervon, and maybe even Emma Chamberlain. And no, it's not from AdSense or brand deals. In today's video, I will cover number 1, who are the full-time creators who actually make 7 figures? Number 2, how long does it take before creators can actually make 6 figures? Number 3, why brand deals suck? Yes, they can suck, and I will explain the 3 legal pitfalls to look out for in brand deal. Number 4, all the ways creators actually make $1 million annually and how some can do it in actually one day. And number 5, how to diversify your revenue streams by not building on rented land. And yes, let's talk about the TikTok ban. So number 1, who are the full-time creators who actually make 7 figures a year on YouTube? Well, there are many of them. There are the biggest like Mr. Beast, MBKHD, Rhett and Link, who make $30 million a year on Good Mythical Morning, Dude Perfect, and some of my favorites include Casey Neistat, Mark Rober, and Ali Abdaal. I'm super grateful to Ali and his PTYA course that helped me to start my own YouTube channel a year ago. Ali has been very transparent and states that he makes about $5 million a year from his YouTube, AdSense, brand deals, affiliate deals, and of course his course and now his book that he just wrote, which is mind-blowing. But we have to realize that it took him about 8 years to get to this point. Does that mean making 7 figures is out of reach? Not necessarily. It's less about the amount of time you have been on YouTube, but more about how much value do you give to your audience. And do you treat your YouTube channel as the marketing arm of your business? I have to remind my clients and so many creators, your YouTube channel is the marketing arm of your business. It is not your business. You are the business. You're the media company who writes, produces, acts, directs, and distributes your content. And that is why I have a fractional CEO advisory business in addition to my law firm, where I guide creators to diversify their revenue streams and get to 7 figures faster. Of course, you want to know all the different ways, and I will explain in detail when I get to number 4. So let's talk about some of the creators you might not know as well as the big ones I listed, but they are magnificent because they were able to get to 7 or 8 figures, sometimes in one day. For instance, Carolyn Gervon blew up during COVID, and I'm a big fan of hers because her goal was always to help people stay healthy during the pandemic. She's actually painfully shy and hates being on camera, but working out during the pandemic helped her stay sane, and she made the videos almost every day to keep her audience company. She did this for 2 years. She never got paid, and honestly, I always wondered how she made money because she had no website, no product, and she didn't do any brand deals. Then she disappeared for 6 months, and everyone was so confused and worried. Was she okay? Did she leave to have another baby? I suspected she was off building a product, probably a course or an app, and sure enough, after 6 months of complete silence, she came back and announced that she had built an app and was offering at $19.99 a month or $99 a year. And of course, being a huge fan, I jumped on it and paid the $99 because she had given me free content for 2 years, and I wanted to support her and thank her and give back to her for her selfless gift and generosity. I believe I saw that her community from day one had 100,000 subscribers to her app. I could be wrong, but I remember doing the quick math at the time, and I was so proud of her and amazed at the power of creators to launch successful products. And this was before I started representing creators and helping them launch their own products. If you do the quick math, I think she made probably $500,000 or $1 million that day on her launch. And then there's Amanda Rach Lee, who also gave free valuable content for 10 years. She started out with fashion, then segued into drawing and doodling, and then found journaling and bullet journaling. I was a big fan of hers and would have Sunday afternoon teas with my daughter drawing in our bullet journals, which became a tradition during the pandemic. So when Amanda launched her product in 2020, it seemed like such a natural fit for her to launch. She announced that she was producing a bullet journal for $50 each, a little pricey, but you know what? I went and ordered 2 immediately because I wanted to support her. She had given me free content for years, so why wouldn't I buy a product that's so in line with her audience? So it shows 4 minutes in of her launch, she sold 1,000 units. And if we do the math and she sold, let's say 15,000 units in 60 minutes and her journals were $50, then she made $750,000. And I swear I saw somewhere in the video that she sold 1 million journals in her first launch, which would be like $50 million. I think that would be crazy. Even if she sold 100,000 units, wouldn't that be $5 million? So you can definitely be a creator, launch a product that's in line with your niche or your channel or your audience, and make 7 figures in a day. For those of you who are new here, I am Tyler Chou, the creator's attorney, and I now represent some of the biggest creators on YouTube. It is my life's mission to protect creators because no one else is doing it. I left the old Hollywood behind, where I worked at studios like Disney and BuzzFeed for the last 16 years for what I call the new Hollywood, which is what I believe YouTube to be. No more waiting for studio heads to deem your story worthy of being told. And in just 6 months of having my creator law firm, it has completely exploded. And I now also have an accidental agency of over 30 creators and a fractional COO advisory business where I take creators to 7 or 8 figures. Number 2, how long does it actually take before creators can make 6 figures on YouTube? I would hazard to say 1 to 2 years. Unfortunately, there are no shortcuts on YouTube, but if you upload a long video every week for a year, that's 50 videos, you should have 1,000 subscribers. And that's the metric that Ali Abdaal gives in his part-time YouTube Academy. And I think it's pretty accurate. Now, of course, there are outliers. It took me about 3 months to hit 10,000 subs with actually my 3rd video. And some of my clients grew to 1 million in a year, like Jenny Hoyes, who is the Mr. Beast of Shorts. And I have another client, Steve from A Life Engineered, who grew to 100,000 in 2 years with just about 20 videos, which is just so amazing. Most YouTubers can make 6 figures consistently when they hit 100,000 subs and definitely at 1 million subs. But there are plenty of creators who make that much with less subscribers. Look at Thomas Frank in his 2nd channel, Thomas Franks Explains, which he started to teach people how to use Notion. Now, watch Ali Abdaal's podcast with Thomas, where he explains that he started making 100,000 a month from launching one template. Definitely go study Thomas's business expansion. I met Thomas at Vid Summit last year, and his tip to me for blowing up my law firm and my channel was to write a newsletter and become #1 in search SEO. So when people search for creator's attorney or creator law, they will find me. And I've taken his advice, and sure enough, my search is rising through the ranks. Number 3, why brand deals suck. It is the dream of most creators to get brand deals, but brand deals aren't everything they're cracked up to be. First of all, brand deals are harder and harder to get these days. And after the spending frenzy during COVID, brands are being smarter with their marketing dollars and collaborating with less creators and paying less in general. I have creator clients who have 1 million plus subs on YouTube, and they have a hard time getting brand deals now. Why? Well, they blew up with shorts, and shorts can certainly get you the subscribers, but not the engagement. And brands, that's what they really care about. They care about the engagement, and they tell me the reason they don't close some of the deals with my clients is because their engagement rates are too low. And in addition, brand deals are such a heavy lift. They often require so many edits. I had this happen with one client with a 5-figure brand deal where we went through probably 10 rounds of edits, and at the very end, the brand decided to not use my client's video because it was too risky per their lawyers, and they almost didn't pay my client, so I had to go chase them. And now I try to get 50% up front. And you know why? Because I'm dealing with 2 clients right now who have 6-figure brand deals where the agency that hired them is not paying. The brand paid. One of the biggest car manufacturers, we went out to them too. They said they paid, but the agency is going under. So they're basically stealing from one client to pay another client. That's literally what the CFO told me. And I was blown away that she shared that, but she felt really badly, and she was trying to explain why my client hadn't been paid after they submitted their work 6 months ago. This is a huge creator who was nominated for several streamings last year. So what's the solution? Well, sell your own products in your videos. Take a look at Film Booth's channel. You should be studying his videos if you want to learn storytelling and how to blow up your YouTube channel and how to grow your business around your YouTube channel. Ed is amazing. He's probably the smartest YouTube strategist out there. He helped Rion grow from 0 to I think like 1 million in 6 months. Next, remove the ick to sell. Ignore your audience's comments that you're selling out, because for most of us, our channels are a part of our business. We create free content for our audience with a desire to educate or entertain, but it's not a hobby. We have to make money. I am finding that most audience members on YouTube understand this and are more supportive of ads that pop up, because without AdSense and brand deals, most channels couldn't survive. By the way, I'm not saying don't do brand deals at all. Do them if you can find a good partner who is a good fit for your brand and your audience. Product that your audience will say, I love this and would use it, especially if you can find one that will do a 6-month or 12-month brand partnership with you, where you basically become the brand ambassador and a real strong advocate and a fan. One of my next videos on my schedule is going to be why you should do brand deals, but the right way, with a long-term partnership. And I will also cover the pitfalls to watch for brand deals. The 3 legal pitfalls are: 1, make sure you have a cap on liability. If you did a $5,000 brand deal, the brand should not be able to turn around and get 5 or 6 figures in legal fees or liabilities from you. Number 2, make sure the indemnity is mutual. If you have to pay for their their legal fees, make sure that they pay for your legal fees as well. And number 3, ask for a mutual morals clause, because you don't want an FTX situation where you're locked into a brand that has totally fallen and is defrauding millions of people. And I guess there's a number 4, which is what I talked about earlier. Make sure you get 50% payment upfront to guard against brands that don't use your video at the end, or for brands that don't pay. So if you're interested in that, write brand deal below in the comments if that would be helpful, and if you want that video to be the next video that I make. Number 4, how creators actually make $1 million annually, and all the ways. Number 1, AdSense. Yes, this means you have to make consistent videos. I know I'm guilty of this. I haven't made a video in 3 months and it's been so painful coming back. Number 2, brand deals, which we've talked about. Number 3, product launches. And I don't mean merchandise, but if you're just starting out, definitely sell t-shirts, hats, and mugs. I mean more about courses, one-on-one coaching or consulting, actual tangible products, as well as passive products like templates, workbooks, and pre-recorded videos that answer specific questions that your audience asks you. I helped a client launch his course, and he sold out this course in 3 days and made 6 figures. I definitely think if you're an educational channel, you should definitely make a course. Start out with a weekend workshop. If you want me to make a video about how to make a course, how to launch it, the legal issues that go around making a course, you have to make sure your terms of service and your privacy policy is super tight, because a lot of my clients have had issues around the terms of service and the purchase agreement. Number 4, community. This is something that a lot of creators aren't thinking about yet, but think about moving your community to a dedicated space that's off platform. I know a lot of creators think School or think Ific are great, but I'm actually creating a community on Mighty Networks, as it is founded by an amazing female founder, Gina, and she's just such a strong CEO, and I use the community for another group that I'm part of, and I prefer it over School. Mighty has white labeled the websites of Tony Robbins, Jay Shetty, Jim Quick, Mel Robbins, and so many other huge creators and coaches. And Mighty's really driven to helping creators grow and increase their revenue streams. So stay tuned, because I'm going to be launching this community very soon, and I'm super excited about it. This is going to be my huge announcement, which is that I'm speaking at VidCon this year. I put it on my 5-year goal bucket list to speak at VidCon in Anaheim, and I'm so incredibly honored to be invited to speak. I'm going to be talking about brand deals and management agreements, anything that a creator would have questions around legally. Lastly, number 5, how to diversify your revenue stream by not building on rented land. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about TikTok. A lot of people are freaking out right now because of the looming TikTok ban, and this is exactly why you have to have your own website, email list, and community that is on a platform that you control, and that means off of YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. The reason why I love YouTube so much and I'm so bullish on it is that YouTube is actually the one platform that pays their creator a good percentage of the revenue share that they get from advertisers. I have clients who make 6 figures just on AdSense and have been able to quit their jobs and make YouTube a full-time career. Do I think an outright TikTok ban will happen? No, but I do think the US government will force a sell to a US company, and this is tricky because ByteDance is a Chinese company and they likely will not want to sell it because TikTok is so profitable to them. And who will buy them? So which company will be up for the task of buying them? Will it be Google? Will it be Meta? I don't know. I actually think one of them might try to buy it. My law firm has exploded because the need for creator attorneys is so huge and deep, and creators are just getting screwed left and right. Either you're not getting paid for your brand deals, or people are stealing your IP or your courses. Every day I have people coming to me saying, I don't know what to do. And because of my background in working 16 years in Hollywood, I have been able to really live my dream of wanting to protect the Davids of the world. I went to law school to be a DA. I've always wanted to help and protect. So stay tuned as I talk more about my community. And you want to get immediate legal advice or advice on how to grow your business, I give strategic coaching around growing your YouTube channel or your business. Most of my clients make 5 or 6 figures on AdSense and brand deals, but I take these clients to 7 or 8 figures with product launches like courses, as well well as apps, health supplements, and even beverages. If you need immediate legal support or help, you can book time with me below with my Calendly link. And if you didn't catch my last video about the 5 mistakes that most creators make in brand deals, make sure to catch it here because I do go into the pitfalls of brand deals. I'm Tyler Chou, the creator's attorney. I'm finally living my dream life by creating a law firm and a company that I couldn't find in Hollywood or in big law. I want to create this law firm where associates work for me and are valued and there's complete transparency. I mean, I tell my law clerks these things and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you're sharing this. Or I shared their work that they've done with each other so that they can grow and learn, because I never got that in big law. Big law is super cutthroat and competitive and they never want to teach. They really just pit associates against each other. If you're interested in working with me, you can send me an email or resume at tyler@tylerchoulaw.com. Remember, you were born perfect and we forget. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.